Hey guys, welcome to week 23 of pregnancy, your 30-minute workout. You'll just need a mat today and some space to move around you. And if you haven't joined our community yet, we would love to have you. So hit that subscribe button when you're done. And we'll start with our warm-up in standing, which begins with a squat with hands together and then a side bend. So really sitting those hips back, and as you bend over to the side, you're pulling a bit with those hands so you have a really good side trunk stretch. Let's do 2 more. And 1. Into ankle grabs. So you'll kick your foot up, give it a quick grab, make sure knees are together so you feel that front thigh or quad stretch, and we just repeat that, moving from side to side. If you struggle to grab your foot, you can just kick that foot up to that buttocks as high as you can to feel that quad stretch. 1 more on each side, and then we take those legs wide and sit into a lateral or a side lunge. And this is to really open up those inner thigh muscles. Keep the back straight, keep the chest up and facing forwards as you sit back. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Back into standing, and we're going to go around the world. So we start with arms out to the sides, reach over, curl forward, sweep over to the other side and back up. And then we go the opposite way. Side, forward, side, and up. And you can make that one smooth movement. So you should feel this stretching through the back. 4 more. You may find you can go a little bit lower or stretch a little bit further on each subsequent breath. Last 2. One more. Tuck that chin in when you round. And we start from the beginning, hands clasped, squat, side bend. As you bend to the side, try not to lean forward or back. Make sure you're leaning purely to the side. Keep a little bit of tension in those abdominals, so the abdominals help you return to that standing position. 1 more each way. Last one, into ankle grabs. Switching from side to side, bring those knees together, push the hips forward to feel that front thigh stretch. Stand up nice and tall. 4, 3, 2, 1. Wide legs and slide from side to side. Really sitting those hips backwards as you lunge. And you may feel here that one side is slightly tighter than the other, so you know which side needs a little bit more attention or stretching. 3, 2, 1, and into round the world. Nice and tall, side bend, curl forward. Other side and up. Keep going. As you curl forward, chin tucks and knees bend. Just one more each way. Last one. And relax. As always, we'll start with a bit of a leg workout in standing, now that we've warmed up. And the first move is a curtsy squat into a knee lift. But this time, we're also adding an arm lift or an arm pull. So leg behind, squat, and as you bring that knee up, elbow taps to knee. Notice that I'm trying to keep standing up nice and tall rather than leaning over. Squeeze the glute as you stand up on that one leg. 2 more. 1. Switch to the other side, behind you and up. So just start with that squat, and then as you feel comfortable, add the arm. Make sure that you're focusing on one specific spot to help with that balance. Squeeze up. Work those abs as you lift that leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we'll turn to the side. Your hands are going to come behind your head, and we're stepping back into a lunge. Bring that pelvis, or tuck that pelvis slightly under, step back into your lunge, and we're just holding here. If you can, you're adding a pulse. Make sure that the weight is going through the heel of that front leg. Trying to stay as low as you find challenging. And we're pulsing for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side. Standing up nice and tall. Brace through those abdominals. Hold that lunge. Add that pulse. And breathe. Down and up. Small movements. Tension in those abdominals. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Back to face the front. We're going to continue working on those hips. You're going to put your weight on one leg, slightly bend that knee, and lean forward. And the movement is a side leg lift and a tap on the floor. And it's a really controlled movement. So I lift, and then it's a slow, controlled lower back down to the mat. Back is straight as you're leaning forward, not hunched. And you're almost sticking your buttocks out ever so slightly. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side. Weight on one leg. Bend the knee, hinge forward, and we lift. So as you can see, my left leg is a little bit more reduced in terms of range of movement. And my balance on my right side is not as great. But now I know where I need to focus. 6 more. 6. 5. Fix your gaze on one point. 4. 3. 2. 1. And relax. Give those hips a quick wiggle before we repeat that one more time, starting with our curtsy squat into a knee lift. Keep those eyes focused. Feel the glute muscle work and harden as you lift that one knee up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch straight over to the other side. Behind you, knee up. Use your exhale as you bring that knee up towards that elbow. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn to the side. Take a quick breath as hands come behind head and you step back into a lunge and pulse here. Weight is going through the heel, so you should be able to lift the toes of that front foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up, switch, brace those abdominals, pulse. Breathe, keep that breath going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, face the front, and we're into side leg lifts. Hinge forward as you lift one leg up to the side. Try to not let that standing leg fall in at the knee. Try to keep the knee in line with the toe facing forwards. Breathe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch over, knee bend, hinge forward, chest remains open. Control that lower to tap the mat. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake those hips out. We're going to roll down onto the mat into a plank position and then push back into down dog. So curl that head forward, walk out into plank, and then push those hips up into down dog. So in this position, really push the chest open, your knees
do not have to be straight. They can be slightly bent. And in this position, we're just alternately bending and straightening those knees. So you should feel a bit of a calf stretch. And as we progress, we're going to start to let the hips move with those knee bends. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to hold it here. And now the movement is a push-up or a monkey push-up. So we lower our head towards the floor in a diagonal and then push back up. Down, pull the shoulder blades down the back and up. Down. If this is a bit too challenging, you can do a normal press up or a normal push up in kneeling on the mat. We've just got 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Knees down, sit back into child's pose. Relieve the pressure off of those arms and breathe.
We're going to do that one more time. 10 knee pedals into 8 monkey push-ups. So tuck those toes underneath you, push into downward dog, get comfortable, and then pedal those feet for 10. Halfway there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that. 8 push-ups, down and up. Doesn't have to be a big movement. Keep that chest open. 4 more. 2 more. And sit back into child's pose. Breathe, release. Breathing in through nose and out through mouth. So now you're going to come out onto your elbows. As we work the hips and the core a little bit more, before you start, bring that baby a little bit closer to the spine as you flatten the ribs and brace through those abdominals so there's tension. Our first movement is taking one leg back, cross it over its partner, and we're drawing a rainbow with that toe. So up and over, trying not to let the hips wobble from side to side. More. 5, squeeze the glute as you lift that leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Recenter. Make sure you're still lifting through those abdominals, and repeat on the other side. Up and over. As the leg goes out to the side, you should feel tension on the opposite side of your abdomen. Just 4 more. Bring the knees back together, recenter, push out of those shoulder blades. Now that leg lifts straight up towards the ceiling, and you're pumping or pulsing that heel up towards the ceiling. Have a quick look down at your belly button. Make sure that your stomach is not completely relaxed, but we've got tension in those abdominals. Pulsing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. We open that leg and close it. So now we're rotating that hip as the knee comes out and in, trying to keep the knee on the same level. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees together. Just give your hips a little bit of a wiggle side to side, and we repeat that on the other side. So we start with a straight lift up, both hips facing the mat as you pulse that foot up towards the ceiling. Weight is relatively even on both elbows. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there as we rotate through the hip. Knee comes out and in. As the knee rotates outwards, I'm not letting my hip go with it. So both hips keep facing the mat as just that knee moves. Keep that abdominal tension. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees together. Sit back into child's pose as you stretch forwards. Now, as usual, to give those muscles a really good burn, we'll repeat that sequence, starting with the rainbow legs. And we're just going to do 8 of each movement. Elbows down, push out of those shoulder blades. Bring that belly a bit closer to you as you flatten those abs. One leg out, and we've got 8 rainbows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Foot to ceiling, pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate out for 8. Four, 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side. 8 rainbows. Keep drawing up through those abdominal muscles. 2 more. Foot to ceiling, pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate out, keeping that knee lifted. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. So just sit up for a bit. Take those hips from side to side. Before we change positions, one more in the plank position facing the mat. we're going to walk out to a full plank. Bring that baby closer to you, flatten through those ribs, and we're taking one foot to the outside of the mat and then switching. And this is just for a bit of hip mobility, but we're still working that core. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, and bring those legs in front of you as we work in a sitting position. So our first exercise is with legs straight in front of you. If this is a bit difficult, you can have a slight bend in your knees. Arms in front of you or behind your thighs as you tuck under with that pelvis, flattening through the abdominal region and come up. So this is level 1. If this is where you're challenged enough, stay here. Otherwise, we're rounding, rolling back to a place where we can really feel those abs working, coming up, keeping a nice straight spine as you hinge forward, and you should feel a stretch up those legs. Round, hold for a couple of seconds, stretch. So here we're pairing strength with a bit of mobility and stretching. So this is really good for the lower back and also all of the nerves that come out of the lower back and flow down to the legs. Four more. 3. It's all slow and controlled, so nothing is fast. 2. 1 more. We're going to stay in the sitting position, but bring those knees up as we try a few V-sits, which we've done before in earlier workouts. It all starts in a similar way with a pelvic tilt, rounding that spine into a C-curve as we maintain tension through those abs, and it's one leg up, other leg up, and a balance. You can just do this lifting one leg at a time, or lifting up with both knees bent, or both legs straight, and you can bring your arms out for a bigger challenge. And we hold for about 5 seconds and then sit up. Tuck, round, and pick whichever level of V-sit you want to attempt. Hold for 5 seconds and release and come up. Keep repeating that sequence. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Try not to let them hunch. If you feel your shoulders hunching, you're probably doing a little bit too much. So maybe come back down a level and focus on your form to make sure everything is in the correct position before going up the level. Two more. Hold. Last one. Up and up. Last hold. For a little bit longer, 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let the knees fall out. Stretch forwards as you hinge at the hips, and feel how those glute muscles stretch and open out. Breathe in this position. Take both legs out in front of you, then cross one over as you turn towards it to hug that knee. Keep sitting up nice and tall. Other side, knee over, sit up nice and tall, and twist. From here, face forwards with those legs crossed, and you're reaching one arm up and over into a side bend. Trying not to curl forward, but keep both shoulders open and facing forwards. Over to the other side. Stretch out of that hip so you really feel a pull through those side trunk muscles. Back up to sitting and just roll that head forward to one side and forward again to the other. And keep switching from side to side. Nice and slow. One more each way. Sweep those legs behind you, push back into a roll down. We'll do a few pedals there before we stand up. Hanging over those legs, alternately bend and straighten those knees for 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull up through those abdominals, round that head as you roll up. Into standing, and just inhale as you shrug the shoulders up, and as you exhale, just let them drop. In and out, drop, and last one, in and drop. There we go. That's 30 minutes done for our 23-week workout. I'm sure you're getting a little bit bigger right now and possibly finding it a little bit more difficult to move around. So these workouts are really great to keep you active. We will have a few other workouts out this week, so subscribe to know when those are out, and I'll see you soon on another Belly Strong video.